Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cryptos and Conspiracies, Episode 3. How to buy Bitcoin in under 5 minutes. I hope you guys are having a good time out there, wherever you are. So, in response to my last video, why the deep state doesn't want you to own crypto yet, a lot of people have been asking me, which cryptocurrencies should I buy and how do I buy them? So today we're going to do that. We're going to take a quick look at how we can do that in under 5 minutes. As far as the best cryptocurrency to buy, Bitcoin. If you're a beginner, if you're new to the space, you're always going to be better off buying Bitcoin first. There's a lot of great cryptocurrencies out there, and there's plenty of time to research a bunch of them, all of them if you want, and later get into them. But Bitcoin is the top dog, and there's some pretty good reasons for that. First of all, it's got 50% of the market value every day. So it's going to be, somewhere between 50 and 60% of all the trades are going to be in Bitcoin. So you've got that going for you. It's the first mover advantage. It's the first crypto. Everything else is known as an altcoin. All the other cryptocurrencies are known as altcoins because they're alternatives to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin does have first mover advantage, and it has the most recognizable name. It's also the most common trading pair, so you're going to be able to trade Bitcoin with just about any other cryptocurrency out there. So it's also going to become digital gold. At some point, the other ones are maybe vying for who's going to become the actual cryptocurrencies. The big ones where you're buying, a Starbucks coffee. I don't think Bitcoin's going to be that one in the future. It's going to be more where you store your money and then you trade it for XRP, some other different cryptocurrency, to actually do your small day-to-day transactions. So, yeah. So now that we know that Bitcoin is what we want to look for as in terms of our first cryptocurrency investment, let's have a look at the charts here. I just want to show you something. This is the historical prices of Bitcoin going all the way back. It started in 2009. This, I think, starts in, if you look up here, it's 2010, July 1st, 2010, 9 cents for a Bitcoin back in July 1st, 2010. Today it is up to, well, it doesn't go all the way up to today, but today it's up almost near $6,000. So it went from 9 cents to $6,000, and it's basically its 10-year life cycle. And what I wanted to point out to you really quickly here is how this chart has been steadily going up and up and up, despite all of the volatility being talked about in the mainstream media. If you look at the bottom of this curve, you'll see that the price has just been moving steadily up, steadily increasing. Now, of course, if you bought way up here and then you were really bummed by 2015 when the price fell all the way back down to $258. It got up to nearly $1,000, and then a year later it was almost down to $250. Really bummed out. But if you held on to that, today you would have a nearly $6,000 Bitcoin. The same thing's going on right here. This big, huge price jump here from the 2017-2018 pump. If you bought at the very top of that, then you're pretty sad about it right now. But if you buy your Bitcoins in a dip, always buy the dip, right? Then you're always going to be on this bottom of this curve right here that's steadily going up. That's the main thing I wanted to show you guys. Here's another historical. You can find these Bitcoin charts all over the internet. Just Google Bitcoin market price chart and it'll tell you the whole thing. But what I'd like to just point out is this one down here where it's just, you just see a steady increase. So as long as you're not buying the big buying frenzies, you're going to be okay. As far as what we can tell historically, and a lot of people are talking about, a $100,000 Bitcoin, a $1 million Bitcoin. So, you know, these $20,000 prices right now may or may not be really, it could just be another dip on its way up to something even bigger. So now that we know which cryptocurrency we want to buy Bitcoin. Now we need to figure out how we're going to buy that cryptocurrency. How are we going to buy Bitcoin? And so for me, the easiest way to explain this is like if you're in a foreign country and, well, let's say you're traveling in Europe and you're going from country to country. You find yourself in a train station or an airport. You've got to change money before you go to the next country, right? So the same thing, it's exactly the same thing with Bitcoin. When you're going into the cryptocurrency space, you have to go to an exchange. You have to change your currency, your fiat dollars in your wallet or in your bank account. You got to change those in for cryptocurrency. So you have to go to an exchange, a place that facilitates that change. And there are tons of different crypto exchanges. So you need to kind of research that. It's really good to research it. For example, when I go and I want to change money, I'm in Chile right now in South America. If I want to go change my dollars, there's a place underneath the cathedral here actually, which is pretty strange. And you go under there and there's all kinds of these money exchanges, and you go from each one and you find out what their price is each day. So you can find out who's giving you the best rate. If you go through each one, you'll find out which one is actually going to give you the best rate, and you might save yourself 20-30 bucks just on a small little exchange. So it's worth it to figure out which ones. You also want to know which one's the most reputable. I personally lost my first investment in the Mt. Gox heist, you could call it, back in 2013. So it is a good idea to make sure you're going with a good, reputable exchange. So today, as an example, I want to start us out with Binance. Binance is becoming perhaps the biggest and most reputable cryptocurrency exchange in the world. There's the big ones are, like Coinbase, CoinMama. There's different ones, but Binance is just becoming pretty much everyone's favorite right now for many reasons. It's got so many different years. Once you get into it and you start trading, you'll realize that Binance is great because it lists so many different cryptocurrencies and you can trade between them and all that good stuff. Anyways, what I'd like to do is jump over to Binance. If you could go down to the description in this video and connect to Binance with my link down there, that would be very helpful. It helps support this program, and it doesn't cost you anything more to support the program. It just gives me a reference number, and that allows Binance to realize that I'm sending traffic their way. So let's click on Binance, and then, by the way, I just want to point this out right here. It says, invite a friend, get 80% commission. That is Binance Jersey. That's a totally different thing. So please don't think I'm getting 80% of anything by your kind referrals. Okay, so first thing we do is we come up here to log in or register. So we'll just go up here. Everybody's going to want to register. You'll see my little referral number down here. And so fill out your email address, make up a password, make sure it's a good password. This is going to be where your money goes. So you want to always make sure it's a nice, solid password. And then you guys register, click over here and register. I'm going to log in because I already have an account. So we'll click on, once you get through there, let me catch up to you guys. That's my account here. I'm just going to log in. And they're going to ask you to move this little puzzle piece in here. I also have one extra step I need to do. Right here, I have this is a two-process authentication. So what I have to do is I have them send me a text message that tells me exactly. Let me grab my phone. Now what this does is it's an authentication, so it's an extra level of security so people can't hack you. This is a great thing. I highly recommend everyone do this. Just sign yourself up for it. And then you just enter that code. They text you a code. And you put it in here. And this is always, anytime you're dealing with your finances, it's always good to have an extra step of security. Let's see if that's going to let me in here. Is that an old code? Oh, that should do it. Might be that my... All right, success. Here we go. So here we are. We're inside Binance now. Sound Drone Tech. You can see that's my other account. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go up here to funds. We're going to do there's a couple of things to realize when you're buying Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. If you buy with a credit card, or in this case, a credit card or a debit card, it's going to be, your fee is going to be a little higher than if you connect with your bank account. So, for example, a lot of times I'll connect with a bank account and those funds will come out. The fee will be less, maybe 1% as opposed to 3%. I believe on Binance it's 2.5 to 3% if you buy with a credit card or a debit card. You can get that down to like 1% if you connect and you transfer the funds directly from your bank. But you'll have to wait 5 days to be able to access everything. This way, if you scroll down here to buy with credit card, you'll have your Bitcoin right away. It'll be connected directly. So here we are. There's a couple of options you need to think about here. Now this BTC right here, that's Bitcoin. You can buy any of these right off the bat here. We're going to stay with Bitcoin. And it says $6,058.24 if you were to buy that, a whole Bitcoin on Binance with your credit card today, right now. So that's quite a difference from the 9 cents you would have gotten 10 years ago. So what we want to do, because we're not, I don't think most beginning buyers are going to want to buy that. What we do is we come down here, we change the amount. I recommend, because what they're going to do on Binance is you're either going to get charged 2.5 to 3.5%, I believe, or $10, depending on which is higher. So you're probably going to get charged $10. If you want, let's say you're going to do $100, which I recommend as your first initial investment. Just buy yourself $100 worth, and that way you can see the actual volatility over the days, over the weeks, the months. You'll be able to see how much percent you've gone up or down. Simply because you have $100 in there, you'll be able to say, hey, if I have $114, it's gone up 14%, right? So let's just put in, for right now, let's put in $110. Why is it not letting me buy now? Oh, there we go. Okay. And then buy now. Sorry, my internet's a little slow. I'm also connecting by my phone here in the studio, and my computer is recording this at the same time. So now we have $100, $110. That's going to give us 0.0170624 Bitcoin today. That's not going to change. But how much that is worth is going to change quite a bit, you'll see, over the course of the months and hopefully years, however long you decide to hold on to it. Then you just come down here. Yes, I have read the disclaimer. Go to payment. Click on in here. And we're going to fill out all of our information. I'm going to pause this video for one quick second while I do this. We'll be right back. You guys can do the same there at home. Bingo! Hopefully you're proud owners of Bitcoin, and that was fairly easy to get through that entire process. I forgot as I was going through the process myself that you do have to add your either a passport or the driver's license, which I guess, you know, is good for security. It's good to know that they're actually checking and verifying people, and somebody can't just pick up your credit card or find your credit card information, enter it into an exchange, and bingo, they have Bitcoin. So hopefully that went nice and smoothly for you, and hopefully you own $100 worth of Bitcoin now, and you're happily going to start watching that investment grow, watching the volatility, and yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments if there's something else we can do that would make that a little bit funner or a better type of video, and I hope to see you on future videos. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you then. Thanks now.